This is former Indiana basketball player Brian Evans, and you're listening to Indiana Sports Beat with Jim Coyle.
Today's guest is brought to you by Reynolds Family Dentistry of Sellersburg. You need $1 million smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you'll get with Reynolds Family Dentistry. Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle Leary, coming to you from the Golf Club at Eagle Point Studios, powered by Rivals here on this Friday. And, man, we could not think of a better way to cap off this week than with Will Sheehey. Will, how are you, man?
I'm good. Third time's a charm?
Yeah, hey, we got it fixed. I'm just telling Todd you're up in New York, man. I'm like, every time I hear that, it just scares me to death. But you're up there right in the mix up.
Yeah, man, up here in New York, we flatten the curve here. New Yorkers are resilient, man. They, it doesn't really matter to them, so we just push through it.
What you been doing? What you been up to? It's been a long time since we've heard from you. I know you got the challenge, and we're going to talk about that. What you been doing for yourself?
Yeah, man. Since I left IU, was playing overseas for a while, whatever that was, 6 years or so. Had a bunch of injuries toward the end, had some surgeries, and just couldn't get over the hump. If you remember from my playing days at IU, I was kind of a wild man out there, so. That kind of catches up to you after a while. If I was like a nice little shooter like Jordan Holt or something, I could play till I'm 40, but that's just not how it works.
Yeah, Todd Leary here. You take that, man. That's right up your alley.
Yeah, hey, I believe me. I
understand where he's coming from. And wait till your body gets to where you're 50 years old. Then you'll
really feel all those dives on the floor you used to have.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I'm counting down the days.
So, are you able to keep up with your ex-teammates, you guys, especially during this time? I know since you're doing the NBA Challenge or the Bounty, you've been talking to those guys, which is cool. And I saw you said you've missed connecting with those guys, and how important for you has it been to be able to do that, to reconnect?
Yeah, being overseas, it's tough to kind of connect with everyone just because you're on a different time zone and. Everyone's got their own lives and things to do. So it is nice to be back in the States, be around my teammates and talk to them, be on the same time zone and really be able to connect. So, it's been sad that I'm done playing, but it's been nice that I'm communicating with my friends a little bit more for sure.
And then I mentioned the Bounty, the NBA2K Challenge, which you got started, which, me and Todd both are right there because we're big time gamers. Not really. I'm just joking. But you guys, you started it up as a way to raise money for charity, for COVID-19 relief. And it's also a fun way of you getting connected with these guys and then to get the fans connected with a rare and unique opportunity for guys to play with and against some of these former players.
Yeah, for sure, man. We kind of thought of it as, sports are down right now, so everyone's kind of spending their Saturday not really knowing what to do, trying to figure it out. So we wanted to provide a platform that we can connect with the fans, provide them something to watch, to tune in, have a nice interactive experience because, there's this lull in sports right now. So all the IU fans out there who want to tune in and watch and ask questions and just like have a nice Saturday, tune on in.
Now, it's a week from this Saturday, the 23rd of May. And like I said, it's only $5, man. So it's like a nominal fee to get in. It just sounds like a fun way to spend maybe it's going to be a rainy Saturday on top of that, but it's a fun way to spend a day with some former players.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's $5 entry if you want to play. All the money goes to charity. But yeah, so $5 to get in if you want to play. If you want to watch, it's free, of course. You just tune on in, and then and on the stream that we're having streamed on Twitch, on the Gaming Stadium's Twitch channel, on there as well. We'll be tweeting it out. Just follow all the former players that from my era. They've been tweeting it out and Instagramming it out and all that nonsense. So, but yeah, after that. There's a COVID-19 Relie fund that will be captured on there. So if you want to donate as well, it'd be cool. But yeah, it's a cool experience. We hope everyone just tunes in and just has a good time.
We had Jordan Holes on the show earlier in the week, and he mentioned the possibility of you and a group of guys playing in the TBT if that event ends up taking place over the summertime. Is your body healthy enough, or is that something you would be interested in doing with those guys?
Man, I would love to, but I'm done, man. Basketball is the thing of the past. I can't go out there and play anymore. I'd be risking a lot of money going back and having more surgery. So I'm done playing. Won't be playing anymore, but I'll definitely be cheering them on. That's for sure.
Well, we can get you to be the coach. You can be the GM, the coach. You can put the team together. The Indiana's got to get a TB team out there. They're one of the few bigger schools that don't have a team.
And they got to pay me to be the coach, man. You know, I'm expensive. You know, I'm the Archie money, man. I want that Tom Crean Archie money to coach.
Yeah, I hear you, man. That's so you speak of that, any desire to ever get into coaching, but because you've already moved off into the private sector working wise, is basketball a total thing of the past now? Forget about playing, but even coaching.
No, man, I love basketball. You know, I'm obsessed with whatever I get myself into. I'm just fully obsessed with it. So right now it's this, but yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't close the door on it. You know, I'm definitely a different type of guy, though. I think with the kind of the movement of players and the culture and how things are kind of managed, I'm not really sure if it's my style. I would say I probably would have been better under the Bobby Knight days, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I think I might be a little too harsh for today's kids, to be honest.
Yeah, Todd, can you imagine getting to play with Will Sheehey? He was one of those guys. It was fun to watch. Man.
I mean, that's why Indiana fans, you know, embraced Will from the very beginning, because they love guys that think about doing whatever they have to do to win, whether it's diving on the floor or, you know, whatever the possibility might have to be. And you know, that you were a fan favorite from the beginning. I don't think it was any doubt that you were one of the players that would have easily, I say it all the time, and how many players on a team could have played for Bob Knight, or not could have, but would have, you know, thrived in that system. And obviously you definitely go down as one of those players that you were born a little bit too late, because you would have been one of Coach Knight's favorites. I know that.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, when Calvert was one of our coaches, him and I really, really hit it off, and he would always tell me about just like practices in the Knight era, and like, I don't know, man, I just like to fight. Like, you know, I'm not the most talented guy. I'll never tell you that. I wasn't the best player either, but I just like to scrap. I just like to get down and dirty. Like, if we wanted just to throw the balls out and just fight in practice, I'd be cool with it, to be honest with you. So I think, you know, Calvert's kind of just like that about me, that I just wanted to just do the things that no one else wanted to do, because to me they're the easiest. To other guys, it's the hardest. You know, there's a lot of talented guys that I think that, you know, what they do is a lot harder than what I could bring. So I was just happy just to bring what I could, to be honest.
It's called effort, Will. It's called when you want to play hard and you like playing hard, it's pretty darn easy. But when it's not in your blood, you think that your skills and your athletic ability is just going to carry you through. Trust me. That's why guys like you and I can survive in basketball, because we figured out early on it's a matter of how hard you play, and that's why Coach Knight players. You know, that's why you could get a guy like me to be able to play for Coach Knight, because I was not very athletic and not very fast and couldn't jump very high, but I understood how to play. And I was just like you. Like, I'd rather they just set the ball in the middle of the floor and everybody fought for it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Let's do it. I agree with you. Like, you know, I wish I was a better ball handler. I wish I was a better shooter. Those are the type of things that really make you the next best basketball player. But for me, this effort came easy. So you could call me, I guess, soft, because I just did what was easy for me, and it was effort. So I don't know how you want to, you know, say what things are more important than others, but that's just what I brought, and that's just what I did, and that's it, man.
We need Will Sheehey to return back to Assembly Hall for some games. You were always such a fan favorite, and last season there were several different teams that were honored, and with Coach Knight coming back and things like that. But I know from a fan's perspective, they would love a Will Sheehey return. Is that in the midst anytime soon?
I mean, honestly, man, I wish we won more games when I was there, so we would have more of a warm welcome. I don't really know if they want to see a guy that went to a Sweet 16. That's kind of average, to be honest. So I don't know. I mean, if that's what they want to do, and bring back that, you know, 12-13 team or whatever team, I guess 11-12, whatever one makes everyone happy. I guess the walk shot, people like that. So if we can bring everybody back from that age, it'd be cool. But Victor's a hard ticket to get, so I don't know, man.
I was going to say Todd played on some great teams in the early '90s, and there's only one national champion. There's only one team that ends their season without a loss, and so it's so hard. It takes a lot of luck. It's got to go your way and all that. And Todd was on some of those great teams that got close. You were also on one of those teams that could have won a national championship. How tough is it knowing you're on a team that has the talent, but you don't get there?
Yeah, I mean, that 12-13 team, we should have won a national championship. We all were talking about it. We all said we were going to do it. We felt that we were. We got the number 1 overall seed. It was going to go through Indianapolis. Honestly, the stars were aligned there. I mean, Michigan goes to the national championship. We beat them twice, win the Big Ten at their home court. So, if we don't run into Syracuse, I guess that's what every team says, right? Oh, if we didn't lose, of course. I think Syracuse is a bad matchup for us, Everyone wants to get down on Crean about a zone, but, man, it's tough to play against a zone. You don't see it all year. You don't know how to scout for it. It's difficult. So, we never played against anything like it all year, and hats off to them. I mean, that's just what they do, but that's why they go far. It's difficult to play against the zone because you think about it in your playbook. You got 50 plays that are man, right? And all of a sudden the zone team comes up, you got, 1, 2? Everyone knows, simple overload, right? A little high-low action from the elbow, the 15-foot free throw line area. But that's it. So you're taking our dynamic playbook that was 50 plays, you make it down to 2 or 3, and that's it. And they ended up beating us. And that's why I give it to them. If I was a college coach, I'd be playing zone because you're automatically switching the game up. You're making it a little different for guys. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
that's zone your life, Harley.
You know what? That is the funny part about Coach Knight is he was always known for his intense man-to-man defense. But we actually did practice the zone from time to time. And we didn't play it very often. I don't think we ever played it more than maybe 4 or 5 plays, 4 or 5 defensive possessions in a row. But he did throw it in there from time to time. And I agree with Will. I have always said I wouldn't have a team that played primarily man-to-man. I always thought Thad Matta had a pretty good idea of kind of going man-to-man or zone and seeing which one worked, but making sure your team was capable of playing both of them at a pretty high level. Because some nights you can catch that team exactly like what happened with Syracuse and Indiana, and you just catch them on kind of an off night where guys are not cutting into the right spots and not finding the openings and not hitting the shots and those things. And that's why the NCAA tournament is what it is. That's why it is March Madness, because the best team doesn't always win. And I've said this for years. We've heard people, with Calvert being a senior that year, like we were decked and everything looked like we would win the national championship. And there's got to be some luck involved. And when there's luck involved, you can't always control the outcomes. And the team that wins every year, that's why it is that special, because you not only, if the best team always won, then 2 years ago, Duke would have easily won. And, half the time Kansas would win. I mean, it would always be the best players would always win, but it doesn't work that way. And, that goes back to why March Madness is what it is. But I guess I'm getting long-winded there. I agree with Will 100%. If I was coaching today, I would for sure have some type of zone, whether it was like a half-court trap or something where my team was able to play a zone.
Well, you'll get a chance, so we can call the Bounty, the NBA2K challenge that Will Sheehey has put together. Information is on the Hoosier.com site. We've been posting it. We'll continue to repost that. You can go to Jordan Hulls. He's got that information as well. Who all we got in this, Will? You got Jordan Hulls and James Blackman, yourself, Derek Elston, Marlon, I think.
Yeah, Christian Watford as well. Those are the Hoosier guys. We got some other guys on board. I got WNBA players. We have some guys, former player at Iowa, Peter Chalk, which you guys remember, I'm sure you do. Some guys that used to play at Kansas, some NBA guys. Malcolm Miller plays for the Toronto Raptors. So we got a nice little group together. We're excited about it, but it's definitely IU heavy, that's for sure. Because why not?
That's awesome, and he's asked us to do the play-by-play for this thing. So, Todd, you're going to get a chance to go back to your radio days, man. But I've been practicing my Jackie Moon lines.
The cool part is I don't have to adhere to the NCAA's rules with this one, so I can say whatever I want and not have to write apology letters all the time.
There's that. But we're looking forward to taking part in this and helping out and sponsoring the Bounty presented by Will Sheehey put together. Looking forward to that a week from this Saturday, May 23rd. Again, the information is up on thehoosier.com. You can go to Jordan Hall's site as well and see that. But we'll continue to pump that information out. Will, man, I can't thank you enough for joining us. I know you got to run this morning, but it's been a pleasure talking to you. Look forward to next week on the Bounty.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I got to get back to work, man. Wish I had your job, all right?
Yeah, I said good, brother. You have a great day, brother.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thanks, guys.
This is Jim Coyle from Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle and Leary. Indiana Sports Beat is now a part of the Rivals Network. You can go to thehoosier.com to sign up. It's free. Catch the show there each day live or at your convenience. You can also like or follow us on Facebook, follow the show's rebroadcast anywhere you podcast. If we're not on a radio station where you live, we should be. Let your local station know they need to carry Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle and Leary, or simply go to thehoosier.com.